5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good morning, Black H! And especially to our very own beautiful Professor Miss Emily Lana! Palakpakan guys, classmate! So it is another day to share knowledge and information with you guys. So in behalf of my group, isang napakalaking karangalan po na kami naman ang magtuturo sa inyo. Para sa amin, isa itong paghahanda para kung tayo na ay maging ganap na guro, hindi na medyo nakakapanibago, di ba? At lalo na iba na ang way ng pag-deliver ng lessons ngayon. Ika nga, hindi na tradisyonal dahil it's globalization, char. So we are here, the group of Izalaine Ariate, to present and discuss to you our assigned module, which is Unit 7. But before we formally start our presentation, I have prepared here a video for a short prayer. Let us bow our head, pray, and feel the presence of the Lord. Okay, again, welcome to the new lesson, the Unit 7, Social and Ethical Legal Responsibilities in the Use of Technology, Tools, and Resources. Here are the learning outcomes of the module. The number 1, describe the community of learners as citizens who share and utilize digital materials. The number 2, practice standard etiquettes in sharing and utilizing shared materials among learning communities. And number 3 outcome, identifies example of intellectual property rights in educational setting. Number 4, the last, showed given example, observed social, ethical, and legal responsibilities in the use of technology, tools, and resources. So by the way guys, our group will be having a twist in reporting, and that is each of the presenter will be portraying different artists that I've known today. We will imitate on how they look and how they speak while delivering our topics. So, these are the first meeting presenters. The number 1 presenter, Janelle Andrelie R. Tapit as NAS Daily, and her content will be Global and Digital Citizenship. So the number 2, Izalaine Ariate as Charo Santos, and her contents are the 5 tenets of global digital citizenship. Next, April Rose Eustaquio as Toni Gonzaga, and her lesson will be Why do we need to be global citizen? So number 4, Rizamelle Aguilar together with Tresreyes as Kris Aquino
and Gus Abelgas.
And they will discuss the elements of the digital citizenship. Number 6, Bill Joemar Camacho together with Lanie as Jose Sison and Hermione Granger, and they will tackle about the netizenship and netiquettes in online communities. The last, Hanelen Padilla as Dela Cruz, and her lesson is about the copyright. Okay, that's it. So, let's start for the first topic. Hi, this is Ken's Daily, and I'm about to tell you, give information, and discuss what is digital and global citizenship. So, let's go! When we say digital citizenship, it is an idea that all persons using the internet have the civic rights and responsibilities. It centers around safe, savvy, and ethical use of technology. Meaning, this adheres to the guidelines that governs the ethical and responsible use of technology and acts responsibly in a relationship and interaction in the digital world. So as you can see from the picture, the teacher teaches the student on how the computer works. And from the word digital, it talks about technology, right? So when we are using technologies, we must have to be cautious, aware, responsible on the computer, internet, and any digital platforms. So meaning, we have to be smart. So let's come now to the global citizen. A global citizen sees the world as a community in which all people live and prosper together. And also, he or she understands that his or her actions contribute to the values of the entire world. So this means it is about sharing beliefs, cultures, and human rights to others. A global citizen is someone who is aware and understands the wider world and their place in it. They take an active role in their community and work with others to make our planet more peaceful, sustainable, and fairer. So when we mix these two together, it's perfect because this citizen is conscious, respectful, and compassionate individual who strive to establish a sense of global community in all their online and offline relationships, duties, and divorce. Global digital citizen is a responsible, ethical, leveraging to technology. Under that, we can govern technology for the benefits. It is also the citizen that views the world as an interconnected. So, are you one of global digital citizen? Assess yourself.
Dear Ma'am Presidents, isang mapagpalang umaga sa inyong lahat. Naririto ako upang iulat ang prinsipyo o tenets ng Global Digital Citizenship. Pero una sa lahat, panoorin niyo muna ito.
No matter where you go online, being a good digital citizen can make your online experience much smoother and safer. Thankfully, you can become a better digital citizen in just a few steps. First, always treat others as you'd like to be treated. As you go through forums, comment sections, and social media, remember you're interacting with real people. So be respectful and speak as you would if you were face to face. Insulting, bullying, or arguing with people only makes things worse, and that sort of negativity can have real-life consequences. Next, don't feed the trolls you meet. Trolls are people who enjoy aggravating or arguing with others, and they're found in comment sections, message boards, or anywhere else that can cause disruption. Unfortunately, they're also fairly common. If you encounter a troll, it's best not to interact with them, as any response will likely encourage them to continue their behavior. Don't take material that doesn't belong to you. Although it seems easy to claim others' work for your own use, you still need permission to use material that isn't yours. Always think carefully about what you post online. Remember that once you submit something, you lose control of it, whether it's a message board post or a text message. That's one big reason why your digital footprint can last for many years. So don't post anything that could hurt you if someone found it years later. Be incredibly careful with your personal info. Avoid posting sensitive information such as your mailing address, phone number, or driver's license number, as some people may try to use that information to take advantage of you. Whenever you're in doubt whether something is safe to post online, don't post it. Finally, don't believe everything you read online. Always take the time to investigate claims and confirm their reliability, especially if they seem extraordinary. That also means you shouldn't share unconfirmed info on social media, or else you could be spreading misinformation. Essentially, being a good digital citizen means you're respectful and safe wherever you go online.
Ano nga ba ang global digital citizenship? Being a global digital citizen is about more than just being a citizen of Earth. These are leaders, learners, and creators. It's a way of living well in a world that's changing fast and showing others how to do the same. Digital citizenship is a term that arose to describe how a person should behave in the online world. As the digital world is part of our world, digital citizenship is now a component of global citizenship and is in fact only one of the facets of global citizenship. Therefore, global digital citizenship addresses how we participate and contribute in the blended physical and digital world, and how we can leverage the digital world to grow citizens in this new reality. Ngayon naman, ay tutungo na tayo sa 5 prinsipyo o tenets ng global digital citizenship. Ayon kay Rico, ito ay ang personal responsibility, global citizenship, digital citizenship, altruistic service, at environmental stewardship. Personal responsibility. Personal responsibility is demonstrating how we manage ourselves in matters such as personal finance, ethical and moral boundaries, personal health and wellness, and relationship of every kind, both online and offline. Malaki ang gampanin ng mga estudyante pagdating sa teknolohiya, lalo na sa panahon ngayon na kung saan tayo ay nasa modernong generasyon. Dahil dito, mas nagiging maayos ng pag-aaral at nadadagdagan nilang kaalaman sa teknolohiya. Empowering teachers in the classroom as early as possible can help students develop high-level critical problem-solving to assist them in their lives. Tulong nito, nagiging madali ang gawain, mas natututo at naiuunlad ang kanilang kakayahan sa iba't ibang aspeto ng buhay. Ang mga halimbawa nito ay ang put students into various project management roles, encourage them to set their own learning goals and milestones, let them create and discuss their own essential questions, lead students towards self and peer assessment techniques, use flipped learning strategies to engage students learn independently, welcome in class activities and schedules. Global citizenship. The global citizen understands that technology has dissolved boundaries between all the world's people. We are now global citizens. Our students must realize, among other things, that we aren't isolated from each other anymore. Bilang estudyante, may kakayahan tayong makipaghalubilo, makiisa at makilahok ng mga aktibidad sa komunidad, kaugnay sa teknolohiya at sa tao. We aren't isolated from each other anymore. Kaya saan ka na? Sama ka na. Dahil ang pakikisa sa bawat mamamayan ay nakakatulong na magkaroon ng kamalayan sa mga problema, kultura at tradisyon, at pagpapahalagang moral sa mga tao. This lead to cultivate understanding, acceptance, compassion, and humility. Ang mga halimbawa nito ay ang involve students in project on sites like Viva.org, Kickstarter, or Vitana. Foster international connections using Skype in the classroom. Explore and discuss the miniature project and create something similar that relates to the school or community. Digital citizenship. Digital citizenship covers appropriate behavior in our online environments. It's about working towards making our transparent digital world safe for ourselves and others. Kagaya na lamang ng personal responsibility. Ito ay tumutukoy sa galaw ng mga estudyante. They are being taught on how to govern their behavior, act in just and moral ways, and lead by good example in all online associations. Tulong ng mga guro, mas natututo ang mga estudyante na gumalaw para sa kanilang sarili. Ang mga halimbawa nito naman, take a survey to find out what your students know about good digital citizenship. Carefully implement EYP beyond programs. Deploy digital citizenship agreement to help you form great guidelines. Explore digital citizenship resources from common sense media. Altruistic service. Altruism is defined as having a selfless concern for the well-being of others. The global digital citizens acknowledge that they share this world with many different people. Sila ay nagiging isa para maiangat ang bawat isa. These ideals apply to the people we know but also to those we don't know. The practice of altruistic service provides opportunities for our students to create meaningful connections to the real world. Nagkakaroon sila ng hangarin na tumulong na gawing mas madali at maganda ang pamumuhay. And this produces a sense of community and well-being for all. They make the country to live in a better quality of living. Ang mga halimbawa nito ay ang create fundraising campaigns and other charitable acts with your students. Students can work in their own community with local businesses to gain work experience and contribute to the well-being of community business leaders. Environmental stewardship. These practices is all about common sense values and an appreciation for the beauty and majesty that surround us every day. There are so many ways to appreciate the beauty and majesty around us every day. At ang kagandahan pa dito'y we explore how to best make use of Earth's resources. Ang mga halimbawa nito ay ang explore websites like Endangered Earth, EPA, earthdays.org for information and learning resources. Ensure a good recycling program is in place at your school. Create a fundraising campaign to support an environmental group or local recycling center. Create a clean and green school challenge to invite other schools to participate in developing school the most effective policies and activities. Dear classmates and ma'am, muli po akong babalik kaya't maya. Sa ngayon, magpapaalam muna ako. Nagmamahal, Izalaine.
Hi! Mabuhay! Kumusta kayo dyan mga housemates? At ito na nga ang itinakdang oras para ibigay ang kasagutan sa tanong na why do we need to be a global digital citizen? Before we proceed to the main topic, let me give you a review about the definition of a global digital citizen. It is a responsible, ethical citizen leveraging technology to foster community to a global scale through connection and compassion. It means that you are possessing a positive behavior or engaging yourself in a digital world safely and securely. So there are 5 tenets of global digital citizen. First, we have personal responsibility. Second, a global citizen. Third, a digital citizen. Fourth, altruistic service. And lastly, we have environmental stewardship. Why do we need to be global digital citizen? Number 1, in order for us to demonstrate and advocate how we manage ourselves with control and awareness in choices we make for our personal lives. So we are living in a digital world wherein it is possible to experience technology issues kagaya ng mga nabanggit sa ating learning material, which are the identity theft, online fraud, and online bullying. As a responsible individual, we ensure the safety of ourselves on and off screen. For example, me at my age as a student is most likely to explore the online environment. Kumbaga sabay sa uso, post ng ganito, post ng ganyan. But in order for me to avoid issues and free from harm, I must think critically. I have to be aware on what I share or post on social media, kung makakaapekto ba ito sa akin o sa ibang tao. Kailangan ng kontrol sa mga bagay na alam nating makakasama sa atin. At yan ang unang rason on why do we need to be a global digital citizen. To have a deeper understanding about the use of technology and the global interconnectedness wherein all diversity can be recognized and cherished now and for the future generations. In the 21st century, students will become more creative and flexible globally. This will not just only focus on ourselves, but on how we connect to others. The more the technology evolves, the more we feel that we are not isolated. At dito napapasok ang social goals ng isang estudyante on how willing they are to participate in communities at all levels. When we say global interconnectedness, it is the high availability connection that enables individuals to understand and function in an increasingly multicultural environment. As an ethical citizen, you need to understand the individual uniqueness and show tolerance in embracing and celebrating the each dimension of diversity contained with each other. As a student, you have your own positive ways to connect with other people. For example, ako as a pre-service teacher, pwedeng pumasok dito yung tinatawag nating voluntary teaching sa mga remote areas in order for them to experience the value of education and madama na they are recognized and appreciated. To be accountable and responsible for actions or behavior in our online environments and be a good example to navigate others safely and securely. Papasok na rin dito on how students interact or act when using digital tools. They need to be aware of as technology becomes more and more available to everyone. Online risks do exist. Paano nga ba magiging magandang halimbawa ang isang tao upang magpakita o magbigay impluwensya sa iba kung paano maging ligtas in terms of technology? If we simply have that respect on ourselves and we are responsible for our choices and actions, then we can share it to others. It is very important that students should apply this behavior in order to work on things with progress and will have the power to transform digital world safe for everyone. To create meaningful relationships or connections to the real world and exercise charity and goodwill for the benefits of others. Ayan, this focuses more on helping others or showing a selfless concern for the well-being of others. And the 21st century altruism is very important to be locally and globally united. Saving the world right away. Kung sa edukasyon, walang batang maiiwan. Dapat tayo ay nagtutulungan. Crowdfunding and crowdsourcing are ways to exercise charity and goodwill for the benefit of others. Pag sinabi natin crowdfunding and crowdsourcing, it is the raise of a small amount of money from a large group of people via internet. Students could be able to use internet and social media account and be a fundraiser. Pwedeng pumasok dito yung mga vlogs, internet campaign, and pwede ka rin gumawa, mag-produce ng movie online para magkapondo and pwede mo na siyang i-donate sa mga charities and to those who are in need. Lastly is to take actions on the biggest challenges to our environmental health and foster solutions that work to the benefit of the entire planet. We are living in a digital era wherein we currently facing the environmental issues in human history, including the climate change, resource depletion, industrial pollution, digital pollution, and more. At paano nga ba masusolusyonan ang ganitong uri ng problema? And this is the role of a global digital citizen to foster solutions on the challenges of environmental health. As a student, you should practice the conscientious use of earth resources, showing love and appreciation to the gift of nature. There are ways to help environment and spark others to become more environmentally aware. Number one, you can ensure a good recycling program in your school. Implementing a clean and green program. Papasok din dito yung paggamit natin ng mga digital devices like mobile phones, laptops, and more. The discipline we have on how often we use it. We have to use it in a significant way wherein it can contribute to our global digital society.
Okay, let's have an intermission number.
Ang susunod na programa ay rated PG. Patnubay at gabay ng magulang ay kailangan sa mga batang manonood.
din yung face mask. Uy, Manay Andong, maradoya. Hili nga ito si Manay Rina, hutagot tayo lakaw, din yung face mask, kulungan ni. Dako pa, hainan. Umayang-mayang talagang babayian. Ano, tagitutoy ako ni Manay Kunching duman sa tanod. Ay, inay di pa yan ako ng face mask. Ba't papulungon na ako?
Meanwhile,
Dapat ding andong ka, gabuag ka pa timbiyo. Sabi dani, Manay Kunching, di ka daning face mask. Yasun man ang babayi man ito, ang bubuhaon man ang... Ay, dama daw kanchi mading Kunching, permi man na fake news. Gubag akong face mask so, burak-burak pa nga ni. Sige na pa ding andong ta, mainot na ako ta, ilako ko pa yung baduya ko. Baduya! Baduya! Oh, ano ito nagkakapake ka sa aling nena? Rati talaga si Manay Nena, oh. Madiskarte man, nasikalain. Ay, salamat, naubos man sa kumpaninda. Ngayon yan, ito nagpanti ako, kung dahil nadako pa ako sa kanila.
Good day. This is Janelle Tresreyes, and this is the scene of the slides operative. Now, I am going to discuss the elements of digital citizenship. The online environment should be a safe space in which everyone feels protected. Since education is at the heart of society, students should be taught to use technology in a responsible manner, ensuring the safety of the online environment for generations to come. Although we live in a digital era, not everyone has access to technology. As teachers, we should be aware of this digital divide. Not all students can afford a computer, a smartphone, or internet access. That's why educators need to provide suitable alternatives for each student's needs. Well, ang digital access po ay ang kakayahang mag-participate sa digital society. At hindi lahat ay mayroong access dito dahil sa iba't ibang factors. Kaya bilang guro ay kailangan mayroong alternatibong paraan ng pagtuturo para matugunan ng pangangailangang edukasyon ng mag-aaral. Second one, digital commerce. It highlights the necessity to tackle safety issues related to using money in the digital world. Technology is also used in the classroom to teach students about the various career paths that they could choose in the future. Understanding how e-commerce works is a must, both as consumers and as potential entrepreneurs. Dito, sa digital commerce, pinag-uusapan ng partisipasyon ng pera sa paggamit ng internet at teknolohiya. Sa pamamagitan nito ay nabibigyan ng kaalaman at oportunidad ang mga consumers at aspiring businessmen. Yung mga hindi pa alam ang career na nais nilang tahaki, pinag-uusapan ng flow at transaksyon ng pera sa digital society. Example dito ay ang online selling at online buying. Third element, digital communication. Online communication has become so common that students forget they are doing so in a virtual space. Where this communication happens often, the internet has given a voice to anyone who needs it. In turn, this requires empathy and appropriate reactions from its users. Dilingid sa atin na ang communication ay two-way process. Sa digital society, isa ito sa mas napapakinabangan ng lahat kung saan ang pakikipag-usap, pagpapalitan ng ideya, o di kay pakikinig ay karapatang ibinigay sa lahat ng nasa digital society. It requires full responsibility. Kadalasan, ang digital communication din ay maaaring humantong sa pagtapak sa karapatan ng iba. At ang ikaapat, digital literacy. Digital literacy also includes the ability to differentiate between real and fake content, which can have a negative impact on the lives of your students. They need to learn which content is good for them and what they should avoid in order to live a balanced life. Sa mga estudyante, madalas makikita ang pagkalito sa maraming bagay. Kung ito ba ay tama o mali, ganoon din sa digital literacy, ipinapahayag ang pagtukoy ng mga nararapat sa hindi pagdating sa digital society, kung saan kinakailangang matutunan ng bawat mag-aaral na kilatisin at matukoy ang kaibahan sa bawat content sa online world. Kasama dito ang pagtukoy sa kakayahan na gumalaw at magtrabaho sa digital society ng nasa ayos at may konkretong kaalaman. At ang 5 pang natitira ay abangan sa susunod na kabanata. Ako po ulit, si Tresreyes at ito ang Sino Plus Operative.
Makarapin ang bagong umaga, lalo na pag may kasama.
Digital etiquette. We should teach students to become digitally fluent. Digital etiquette shapes their online behavior to respond positively to online content. In this way, their online attitude is reflected in the real world and vice versa. Digital etiquette or electronic standards of conduct or procedure. Technology users often see this area as one of the most pressing problems when dealing with digital citizenship. We recognize inappropriate behavior when we see it. But before people use technology, they do not learn digital etiquette. Many people feel uncomfortable talking to others about their digital etiquette. Often rules and regulations are created or the technology is simply bound to step in appropriate use. It is not enough to create rules and policy. We must teach everyone to become responsible citizens in this new society. Digital law. The online environment has room for both positive and negative interactions. Digital law deals with legal rights and restrictions governing technology usage. To prevent any kind of online crime, no matter how serious, students as digital citizens need to know the law and how it applies to them in particular. Ethical use manifests itself in the form of abiding the laws of society. Users need to understand that stealing or causing damage to others people's work, identity, or property online is a crime. This law applies to anyone who works or plays online, hacking into the other's information, downloading illegal music, plagiarizing, creating destructive worms, viruses, or creating spam, or stealing anyone's identity or property. The next one is digital rights and responsibilities. The online world has its regulation and the user has rights and responsibilities. The internet can also be used for harmful purposes and anyone needs protection against cyberbullying, for instance. Schools should approach the subject in classrooms, hold students accountable for their action, and also report any misconduct in a virtual environment. Digital rights and responsibilities. Just as in the American Constitution, where there is a Bill of Rights, there is a basic set of rights extended to every digital citizens. Digital citizens have the right to privacy, free speech, and others. Basic digital rights must be addressed, discussed, and understood in the digital world. With these rights also come responsibilities as well. Users must help define how technology is to be used in an appropriate manner. In a digital society, these two areas must work together for everyone to be productive. Digital health and wellness. Students should be taught to protect themselves and others from potential harm and ask for help if they need it. Making use of online resources is a plus, but everyone should be aware of the danger as well. Digital health and wellness are the physical and psychological well-being in a digital technology world. It is the eye safety, repetitive stress syndrome, and sound ergonomic practices are issues that need to be addressed in a new technological world. Beyond the physical issues are those of the psychological issues that are becoming more prevalent, such as internet addiction. Users need to be taught that there are inherent dangers of technology. Digital citizenships include a culture where technology uses are taught how to protect through education and training. The next one is the digital security. Security in the online world is important. When using devices at school or at home, students should be aware of potential malware attacks. Teachers should explain how to prevent them from happening and how to protect their devices as much as possible. Digital security or self-protection. It is the electronic precaution to guarantee safety. In any society, there are individuals who steal, deface, or disrupt other people. The same is true for the digital community. It is not enough to trust other members in the community for our own safety. In our own homes, we put locks on our doors and fire alarms in our houses to provide some level of protection. The same must be true for the digital security. We need to have virus protections, backups of data, and surge control of our equipment. As responsible citizens, we must protect our information from outside forces that might cause disruptions of harm. Why is digital citizenship is important? Children now have the access to personal devices before they leave elementary schools. Schools are also giving students technology to use or requiring them to bring their own devices to use for school purposes. It is important to teach students how to use their technology appropriately so that it doesn't have a negative impact on their future. Digital citizenships for students. Digital citizenships for students is all about teaching them how to be good stewards of the digital world, as probably the highest priority is teaching them to protect themselves. This means showing them the difference between their personal and public life. Teach them what an appropriate photo to post is, how to respond to a friend when they are angry, and it's probably not posting on social media about it. Not everything that happens to them needs to be published online, so teaching them what shouldn't be posted is very beneficial. Digital citizenship for teachers. Digital citizenship for teachers starts with the teachers themselves. They need to be educated on what digital citizenship is, why it is important, and how to address it with students and parents. Having professional development over digital citizenship to make sure all staff is knowledgeable about this topic is a great place to start. Great reminder. Before you click, think. T stand for is it true? H stand for is it helpful? I stand for is it inspiring? N stands for is it necessary? And K stands for is it kind? To be more familiarized, please watch the video. Thank you!
The technology world is a busy place that keeps changing. This short video is to inform you of positive steps that you can take with your digital footprint in order to respect and protect yourself, as well as to connect to others safely in a digital world. There are 9 elements to digital citizenship. Some of these elements relate to you more outside the walls of your school, while other elements directly relate to how you use technology in school. The decisions that you make as a digital user can impact your world for your future, so please be a wise user and producer of technology. At school, you are provided with opportunities throughout the day to access technology where you use a computer in a lab, library, or on a cart. There is also Wi-Fi available throughout your school where you can access the internet or on a guest network. If you do not have computer or internet access at home, ask your teacher librarian about times that you can access the computers in the library throughout the day, as well as technology that is available through the public library system. It is so easy to shop online for items that you need for everyday living. If you are planning on buying and selling goods online, you need to be aware that not all businesses online are legitimate. As a consumer, you need to be an effective user and producer of the digital economy. Make sure you know the background information of reliable vendors that you're purchasing from so you are not vulnerable to identity theft. If you are a seller, keep in mind that products and services that you are offering need to be legal. Communicate with people via phone, text message, through a variety of apps anywhere and anytime. Please be polite when engaging in these types of interactions with anyone. If you are in a disagreement with a friend or classmate, be thoughtful before you text or post something online. If you're the instigator, deleting text and information from websites and apps are never fully deleted. Sending threats or bullying anonymously is never anonymous. If you're bullied online, you need to report it to an adult. Just remember, before you send a message or picture to an individual, stop and ask yourself, is it true? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring? Is it necessary? Is it kind? The world of technology is constantly changing. Just when you have a skill set mastered, a new form of technology emerges that you have to learn. As a student, it's important to know the differences between how browsers and search engines differ. As a consumer of the internet, you want to be able to evaluate online resources to determine the accuracy of content. As a student, you want to be aware of different opportunities to be engaged with technology, whether you are involved with a remote or online learning experience. Stay educated and informed, as you will likely use digital tools for your future. With access to technology comes responsibility, and in a school setting, there are expectations that need to be followed using your own personal devices and the devices that the school owns. Be aware of the cell phone electronic device policy in your school to know when you can appropriately access your phone. Be mindful that the computers in your school are used in support of education and research. Gaming and personal research are not considered acceptable uses of accessing technology in a school environment. Keep in in mind the district has access to your computer account, and they can see every internet site and document that you have produced. If you are not accessing technology and following the district and school guidelines, your account may be blocked by administration. Digital etiquette also extends beyond the walls of your school. Be kind and considerate. Responsible for your actions in the technology world. When you're in school and involved in research, you need to cite anything you use that is not your idea to give credit to the source. Plagiarizing your schoolwork or not following copyright guidelines is considered unethical. Outside of school, you also need to be cognizant of digital law. Downloading music illegally, hacking into information, creating viruses, sending illicit pictures, posting harmful messages, or stealing anyone's identity is considered illegal. Before you engage with technology, consider what is appropriate. As a digital citizen, you need to follow acceptable use policies, using technology responsibly both inside and outside of school. Access online material ethically while citing your sources to give appropriate credit. If you see something inappropriate, you need to report it to an adult. Think about your well-being when you are accessing technology. If you feel that your eyes are fatigued or strained, or you're sitting in a position that is not ergonomically sound, your body might need a break. Although the internet is accessible 24/7, that doesn't mean you have to spend all of your time on it. Remember to take digital breaks. Have face-to-face conversation with friends and family, and engage in technology with moderation. You have locks on your house to secure it. You also need to secure yourself in the digital world. It is important to protect your identity online as well as protecting your own equipment. Your login credentials for your school and personal devices should not be shared with other individuals. You will also want to keep your passwords up to date and sophisticated so that your accounts will not be compromised. When you are done using a computer, make sure you log off. Remember to protect your technology equipment at home. Back up your data and have virus protection and firewalls intact so that outside forces do not attempt harm. Thank you for watching. Knowing how to have a healthy, safe, and secure online presence is essential. Please think before you act digitally. Protecting and respecting your digital footprint is essential. If you have any questions, please see your teacher librarian. The 9 Elements of Digital Citizenship is a Susie Cream Cheese production.
Thank you very much.